I want to talk about how to complete the reflection questions for your end of trimester wrap-up. So the first part of the assignment was to take this table of contents, put it in your visual journal, add all of the artwork and assignments from the trimester into it, and then the very last step is to make a copy of this slide, the reflection slide, and put it on the last slide of your visual journal. Now, when you're completing the prompts here, I want you to make sure you use complete sentences, and I also want you to be specific, and I also want you to write at least 3 sentences for each of the 3 responses, or the 3 questions. So what I did well this trimester in digital art. So what I don't want you to do is write pixel art. That's not very specific. We did a lot of things in pixel art, and so that's not a complete sentence, and it's not very specific. So what I want you to do instead is something like this. This trimester in digital art, I think I did well at creating depth in my landscape painting using atmospheric perspective. I especially found that using a fog layer made mountains seem farther away. So that's 2 sentences, and you can see I'm being very specific. I need to add 1 more sentence. I also think I did well at using filters, adjustments, and layer blending to make creative images. Okay, so that is a complete response. 3 sentences, complete sentences, it's specific. I'm going to do the same thing for the next one, what I found challenging this trimester in digital art. I also want you to make sure you focus on the content of digital art and not things like getting my assignments turned in, following directions. Those are important skills for school, but they're not specific to digital art. So I want you to focus on what we learned this trimester in digital art. So what I found this trimester in digital art, I found it difficult to paint a variety of textures in my landscape painting. I could only think of a couple of ways to show texture. I was also challenged in making an interesting, unique artwork using the 15 green images. All right, again, that's 3 sentences, and it's specific, and they're complete sentences. The last one is 3 specific things that I learned this trimester. So again, you don't want to write something like pixel art. It's not very specific. We learned a lot of things in pixel art. So I want you to be really specific here, and it's 3 things, so you're going to write 3 separate sentences, and they're already numbered for you. Okay, so I might say, I learned how to use layer blending to make multiple layers interact with each other in Pixlr. I learned how to draw from a reference photo using guidelines that I estimated based on the edges of the picture. Okay, and then the last one that I learned this trimester, I learned how to explain my process in creating a unique filter in Pixlr. All right, this would be considered a complete reflection. So I want you to make sure that you are writing, being thorough. You're getting a grade just for your reflection. So you want to make sure that you've done a good job on it.